Hi everyone, this is Shantae. I'm here today. I'm so sorry. I was supposed to be live at 10:30, but of course, I was featured on a live stream expressing my advocacy. I'm going to get to that like at the end, but I am here with some analysis today. It's going to be really short. Hopefully, I don't rant, so I'm just going to keep it to a minimum. So here we have it. So I have the data for coronavirus for today as of July 24, 2020. So globally, we are sitting at 15,668,000. Excuse me. Globally, we're sitting at 15 million. I'm so sorry. So globally, it's 15,668,380 cases of COVID. So that's 15,668,380 cases of COVID globally. Here in the U.S., we account for a fourth of those cases, so we're at 4,106,346 cases of COVID-19. Let's close this iPad because it's making hella noise. So, countries with the most cases. So, we have Brazil sitting at 2 million, almost at 3 million. So it's 2.3 million almost. So that 2,287,475, followed by India at 1,288,108. Russia is at 799,499. South Africa is at 421,996. Mexico is at 378,285. Peru, 375,961. Chile, 341,304. UK is at 299,000. Colombia is sitting at 226,000 and some change. Ecuador is at 79,000. DR is at 59,000. Panama is at 57,000. Guatemala is at 43,203. Honduras is at 36,902. El Salvador, 13,992. No, 13,792. Nigeria, 39,539. Ghana, 31,000. Cameroon, 16,708. Kenya, 16,266. Senegal, 9,422. Gambia, 216 cases. Haiti, 7,197. Jamaica at 821. Guyana at 352. Bahamas, 316. Trinidad and Tobago, 142. Antigua, 82. St. Vincent, 52. Belize, 47. St. Lucia, 24. Grenada, 23. Dominica, 18. St. Kitts, 17. So here in the U.S., according to the New York Times COVID map, because the numbers that I read to you on the globe is from the Johns Hopkins University and Medicine website. It's public knowledge. You can look on there. So these numbers from the states, according to the New York Times COVID map, California has surpassed New York, as I said, about 2 days ago. So California is sitting at 442,904. Yesterday, I believe, let me get those numbers from yesterday. So yesterday they were sitting at yesterday California was sitting at 433, so they moved up about 10,000 cases. Followed by New York is at 415,163. Florida, 402,304. Yesterday they was at 389,860, so they went up about 13,000 cases. I'm not surprised with Florida. Florida is a new hotspot, and I believe in a matter of days, not in the weeks, but a matter of days, they're going to surpass New York. While New York is flattening their curve, Florida, California, and even Texas is on that next trajectory. Texas is at 382,834. Yesterday, Texas was at 375. So they moved up about like 7,000 cases. New Jersey sitting at 180,265. These three states, California, Texas, and California, Florida, and Texas have surpassed New Jersey. And I believe Florida is going to surpass New York in a matter of days. And Texas is next on that trajectory. Illinois is at 170,365. Arizona, 156,331. Georgia, 147,732. And the counties, you can see Los Angeles is at 166,868. Maricopa is at 102,247. Cook County is at 100,795. Cook County had the second highest cases of COVID in terms of the counties in the country. Now they are the third. Miami-Dade County, which is another hot spot that's in Florida, that's 95,068. And Queens, which was the once epicenter, which is now the fifth county in the U.S. with the highest cases, and they have the high cases in New York State, including New York City, 66,673. And like I say, I always say this every day, and I'm going to keep saying it. We have no national plan to combat this thing. No matter what the media said, we have no national plan to combat this thing. And why? Because the occupant of the White House seems to not give a damn. Are you surprised? Because I'm not. In terms of the briefing of Andrew Cuomo, I watched some of it that had to deal with COVID. He covered everything else from, I guess, what happened with the whole rescinding the, the travel visas for people that's here, that's working, that had to be, not rescinded, but it had to be basically reinstored because the Trump administration tried to blackball on basically immigration, but that's a whole nother subject. I'm just going to cover what the COVID is because that's my topic. So as of today, we have 650 hospitalizations of COVID. That's the lowest hospitalization rate since March 18, since the beginning of COVID-19 being declared as a national pandemic, as a global pandemic. The mortality rate in New York continues to decrease. As of July 23rd, 9 people have died, 7 in the hospitals and 2 in the nursing homes. Also, in terms of testing, Wednesday, 76,507 tests were conducted. Out of those 76,000 tests, only 753 were tested positive. That's under 1%. And New York City, as of the 23rd, the tests are remaining at 1.1%. And so that is great. We're making progress here in New York. We are not opening at full capacity. We're opening up to 50% capacity, and most of the places I know are opening up between 25 to 33%. So that is great numbers to hear. But I see some people on my timeline still not wearing no mask, still not wearing no gloves, not social distancing. And these are people without kids. These are people that's living with their man. Or some of them that do have kids, and living with their man. I know a lot of folks some of my friends, most of my friends are wearing their mask and they're wearing their gloves. But then you got some that is just choosing not to wear their stuff. COVID is affecting everyone. Do not believe the bull crap that Donald Trump is saying to you, because as you can see, the highest numbers of rising COVID cases are in young people, especially 21 to 30, and even some at 31, around my age, to 40. So it's Generation Y, which is the millennials, and Gen Z. So we're not immune. Kids are dying from this. Younger kids are dying. And so is people around my age and younger that are dying or getting sick. So I urge people to wear their mask, wear their gloves when they go into the store, and wash your hands. And also when you go out, keep a hand sanitizer and some wet ones, or some hand wipes and everything. I have wet ones and hand sanitizers. I love Germ-X. Germ-X is good. It's scent free, so that's good. So I have that where when I go out, because I do step out to go to the store or step out for a walk or walk downtown because I don't take the train. So, that's good. So I urge people to do that. But enough on COVID-19 on that note. So I was able to watch some of the White House press briefing, the lying briefing, as I call it. Kayleigh McEnany is the White House press secretary. She started out her press briefing pivoting to the law and order stance that Donald Trump is invoking, like the George Wallaces and the Bull Connors of the world. If you did not do your history and civil rights history, look them up because they were racist segregationists. She says some Democrats and some media continue to ignore the reality. The reality is we're facing COVID, and Donald Trump is deploying federal agents basically to tear gas people, and even if it's white moms. So if he's doing that to white moms in a very white Portland, he's going to do it in black cities 10 times worse. Also, she said the federal government has a duty to protect the United States through field offices and federal buildings across the nation, and these agents must be protected and serve the American people. Listen, they're full of shit. And also, then play a video basically undermining the Black Lives Matter protest because you heard one person saying, I'm going to burn down a precinct. That is not everybody. The Black Lives Matter protests I know from my Instagram feed that I know that are activists will not speak against police. They speak against police brutality, not police. Defunding the police is not what Donald Trump says. Defunding the police means diverting the funds that the police get, because the police officers get a lot of money. The police departments get a lot of money. So half of that funding can be diverted to affordable housing, to education, technology and education, to infrastructure on our roads, to social services programs such as after school programs, to job placement programs, to college education programs that are public education, not private, to creating more jobs for more minorities, and not just low level, but mid-level and executive level jobs. So if you want to know what defund the police means, I just explained it to you. Not what Donald Trump says. It's not to abolish the police. Nobody wants to abolish the police. Everybody wants protection. We just want the funds to be diverted somewhere else. So that's what it means. So Kristen Welker basically said to her about Donald Trump tweeting about the DNC convention being virtual, because the RNC convention is canceled in Florida due to the massive outbreak in COVID. So she says, I don't want to get into that right now. You have to ask the campaign. And she said the circumstances have changed in Florida and the president changed his viewpoint. Let's be real. He was told not to hold that event there because the massive outbreak in COVID, because what happened in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and how Herman Cain, a black Republican who criticized the first African-American president, is now battling COVID. And he's a cancer survivor. And he's 74 years old. Also, Kristen Welker asked her, in his phone call with Putin, did he raise the issue about the Russian bounties in the lives of American troops? And then she said the intelligence is still unverified until this day. We all know that's BS. He was brief. And then I don't want to get into the president's private discussions with a foreign leader. And the intelligence is still unverified. But the president stands with our military, protects them from any and every foreign adversary. And then a last question I got. Does the president plans to visit John Lewis's lane to wrest the Capitol? Those who don't know John Lewis, he was a representative for 33 years of the heart of the Atlanta district, and he died due to his battle of pancreatic cancer. So, and he's being laid to the Capitol because he's a statesman, being laid at the Capitol, same place where Elijah Cummings is laid at in Washington, D.C. So Kayleigh McEnany says this. I don't have any announcements on the president's plans. Goes into praising John Lewis, saying he was a civil rights icon and all his nonsense. You know she didn't mean that from the heart. And no future plans of the president's, no future announcements of the president's plans. So basically, Donald Trump ain't attending. Because Nancy Pelosi's going to lay him to rest right at the Capitol. And John Lewis's family will be there. Donald Trump is not attending. Donald Trump bastardized that man. He basically disrespect him. Because all John Lewis said, like, I'm not attending because he's an illegitimate president. John Lewis wasn't lying. Everybody was saying that. Nobody calls him Mr. President. I call him all kind of names but Mr. President. I even call him by his name if I'm being nice. And even sometimes I call him the Queen Sewage Rat, the dummy in chief, the motherfucker in chief, New York con artist. I got all kind of names for Donald Trump because I don't respect him. I think he's desecrated that White House of what we study. And there was presidents, I'm going to keep it real. There's presidents I did not like in there, in that White House. But guess what? They respected that office. Even if they had an ounce of racism in there, because I know half of them did, they respected that White House. They did not try to abuse their power. Richard Nixon did, and you see what happened. And he had to end up resigning because they was going to lock his ass up. And he was pardoned by Gerald Ford. Because if he wasn't pardoned, Nixon would have been in jail, honey. Let's keep it real. That's all I'm saying. But Donald Trump, I don't respect him at all. And, him not caring about our military, caring, and that is supposed to be a Republican stance, and the Republicans are silent. They don't care about the military neither. The GOP does nothing but ass bending. They taking in the ass. And I don't want to sound explicit, but it's true. It's true. And that's all I'm saying on that. Because I'm so sick of this goddamn administration. And speaking of the GOP, they left town, according to The Hill. They're stalling on the next relief bill. There's a lot of people that's losing their $600 benefits, unemployment benefits. There's also people being evicted as of tonight because the federal evictions extension has been lifted. Basically, being ended. So people are being evicted from their homes tonight. Momentarium, that's what it's called. I was looking for the word. But Mnuchin wants to have a bill and negotiate with Democrats, even though I feel like he's full of shit too. But the GOP wants to keep it to $1 trillion. But how are you going to keep a bill with $1 trillion where people are losing their homes? People need that $600 still. That little $1,200 ain't going to fly by. What people going to do with $1,200 when they're homeless? Or when they have no food to eat? And there's food insecurities too. In some of these southern states especially. Run by GOP governors and senators. Who do the ass bending for Donald Trump. Also says the Senate GOP stalled to negotiate the next relief bill, left Capitol Hill over this weekend as the federal COVID relief program is set to expire next week. They have to come up with something by Friday, so people don't lose their fucking homes. I'm one of the people that get my unemployment. I live in subsidized, non-subsidized housing. I can say affordable housing in a luxury high-rise. But there's people that don't have that luxury. There's people sometimes the unemployment is their only income. And a lot of these judges ain't giving them no leeway. Half of them is raising their kids on a $15 an hour salary. That's crazy. And the fact that they don't give a shit, like Rand Paul, who's going to oppose this, increasing the money for the relief bill, said it will be zero confidence in Mnuchin. Rand Paul always want to make news where he always want to be confrontational, but he's a real pussy. That libertarian bullshit can go elsewhere. Like, I'm so sick of the GOP, Mitch McConnell included, and Lindsey Graham saying people are getting too much money, and Tim Scott, people getting too much money staying home. So you want them to go to work and be unsafe? You want them to go to work and die? Because a lot of these places don't have PPE. A lot of these states are lacking PPE. The federal stockpile is being hoarded by the Trump administration because hospitals are going to need it for the second wave in all 50 states, including the territories, Puerto Rico, and the Virgin Islands. And I wish he would say that they are United States. They're part of the goddamn United States. And he needs to say that. Sorry for this rant, but I'm so sick of this fucking administration along with these goddamn Republicans. I am. I'm sick of their ass. Sick of their goddamn ass. But on a lighter note, my last topic. I was on a live stream called Live with the K-Hive. Is on Twitter. You can watch it at 9. I really enjoyed it. It was really good. I had to state my case because, as people don't know, I unequivocally support Kamala Devi Harris, the senator from California, which she is the highest ranking senator. And I supported her during the primaries. I always loved her. And the fact that she dropped out before, people actually voted, I was very hurt. I was very sad. I wasn't going to vote in this primary at all, but I know it's crucial. I understand how bad it is. So I had my advocacy. It was really good. You could catch Live with the K-Hive. It's on YouTube. I love it, and I was able to express it in the New York manner that I am. I am a proud, born and bred New Yorker, and so I was able to express who I want to be my VP. So, like I said, you could DM me, you can comment on here, you could comment when it's on, Instagram of who you want as the VP, and give me some suggestions if I should do a live stream of the Veep sticks, because that's something that I want to focus on. Because, picking the vice president was never like this hard, but now things are crucial. It's racial reckoning. It's everything that's going on in the world. We gotta pick. We got to pick. So I expressed why I love Kamala. She has a bill that's sitting on Mitch McConnell's desk that can grant us all $2,000 a month until March 2021, and even further into 2021, like June. Because we need that money. I need that money. I need that money ASAP. So that will be the best. But that's Ours Future on that. So you can catch that on YouTube, because it's a web series. But I'm going to end this I am going to do a short live tomorrow on COVID-19. I always report those numbers every day because we're in the midst of a pandemic, and that's important, and it has a lot of financial implications, such as, of course, it's a public health thing that's important. But take care of yourselves, and if you're going to enjoy yourself this weekend, it's supposed to be a nice weekend, please wear your mask and carry your gloves inside your bag, and then put your gloves on, the disposable gloves, and then take the disposable gloves off and put it in the garbage, because it has germs. You don't know what germs in it. Take all your disinfectants. Well, I can say your hand sanitizer and your whatever, but be safe out here in these streets. And I see you on my regular live on Monday, and I will post a short video, a short live video of COVID numbers over the weekend. Take care. Have a great night.